Hi, everybody. It is Harlan Kilstein, and I'd like to thank you for joining me this evening on Facebook Advertising A to Z. Now, the truth of the matter is that I should really be charging for this material. This material is going to be a very comprehensive thing that um, many people will get something out of it. If you are an absolute beginner, then this will serve as a good start for you. If you are advanced, you're going to pick up some things that you probably didn't know about. Now, we're going to be doing a tremendous amount of work. And as we get going, I just want to make sure how many people can hear my voice. Tell me if you can hear my voice. Okay, thank you. All right. Um, I want you to pay attention because you're going to learn so much. I see a lot of people, a lot of friends who I haven't heard or seen from in a long time on the call. Glad you made it. I promise I'm going to make it worthwhile. Remember, there is nothing for sale. There is no pitch whatsoever on this. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be giving away something quite valuable at the end. So, let's get rocking. The first thing that I want to say is I want to start with a warning. And the warning goes like this: that Facebook changes all of its advertising components on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, they even made some changes today. Facebook will continue to do so in the future. Your ability to make money on Facebook is dependent on four things. Number one, your ability to follow directions regarding what is taught. Number two, your flexibility to adjust and focus when Facebook zigs or zags. Number three, your willingness to spend small amounts of money to test and track your results. And number four is the gods of Facebook smiling on you. Okay, this is something that um, this is something that we're just not in control of. No one can promise that you will make money on Facebook. Our goal is to give you all of the tools that will earn you a significant return. Now, pay attention and take notes because you're going to learn a lot. We will make the slides available for this as well. We'll post a PDF and you'll be notified where it is when we post the replay as well. So everybody get excited, get ready. The learning starts now. Now I want to start with one of my favorite pictures. It's the picture of the day we broke Facebook. Was done on our page, the Dogington Post. As you can see, it was done in early May, and up at the top, we knew that Facebook was couldn't tolerate us getting this kind of reach anymore. This reach of 40 million people in a week. And if you look on the bottom right, 5.6 million people were clicking our posts. It was insane. We would throw up a picture, and the next thing we would know, we would be reaching 1 million people with just one picture. Uh, it was fascinating because we were watching the Facebook algorithm in action. And we knew that this was as high as we were going to get it. And we call it the day we broke Facebook because from this day forward, Facebook basically stopped organic reach. And so I might as well take responsibility for it by claiming to have broken Facebook. We're going to learn more about that as we go on. But this gives you an idea of just what is possible. And here is absolute proof that it can be done. Now, there are different types of Facebook ads. There are clicks to websites, website conversions, page post engagement, page likes, app installs, app engagement, responses, and offer claims. We are not going to focus on things that I don't believe are of, super important. We're not going to be focusing on app installs. We're not going to be focusing on app engagement. We're not going to be focused on event responses here. We're going to focus on the primary three things. So I'm going to want you to know three things, and those three things are all you need. And here they are: clicks to websites, page post engagement, and page likes. We're going to go through these in reverse order, in the following order. First, we're going to go through page likes, because if you want to build a page, you have to start with page likes. Then we're going to do clicks to website, because those are most likely to make you sales or to get you opt-ins or whatever you want to do. You want to bring people off Facebook. And then page post engagement, we'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages of that, but we will be looking at that and, um, and showing you how to do all three of these. We're also going to talk about dark posts. What are dark posts? Why would you want to use a dark post? When should you use a dark post? Is all you need dark posts? We're going to talk about boosted posts. Boosted posts are Facebook's private money machine. It looks like it would help you, but if you don't do it right, you're going to be taken for an expensive ride. So there are three earth-shattering revelations I would like to share with you. These revelations are super important, and I want to make sure that everybody understands them. Facebook right now is getting better and better and better for advertisers. We're going to show you why. We're going to give away some really good information here. I know that there is some information here that is just going to totally turn things around for some of you. But all of this comes with a learning curve, and make sure that you're paying attention. Now, one of the nice things about the GoToWebinar software is it tells me how many people are focused on task. And unfortunately, it's telling me that a whole bunch of people are doing something else. How does it know that? It knows and shows me who has a different screen open on top of GoToWebinar, and it tells me that, oh, well, this person's doing something. Presumably they're playing on Facebook or checking their emails and whatever, and then they're not going to understand what it is and ask a question because they haven't been paying attention. Folks, you're going to learn something valuable now. I beg you, close the windows, just pay attention, and what you're going to learn is going to make you a significant amount of money. But I can't help you if you won't let me help you. So that's my last thing I'm going to say about focusing here, and let's go on. Over the past year, we saw something that was called it was called scraping. Facebook unveiled its graph search, and you were able to get an incredible amount of information from graph search. The only thing is, Facebook gave you the information, but did not give you a legal and kosher way of using it. So people came up with various scraping software, and I honestly believe that Facebook would have let the scraping software go. Facebook would have ignored the scraping if not for marketers who basically shoved it in Facebook's face. What did they do? Well, the first thing that got people upset, and this was basically it, was called name campaigns. People used Facebook graph search to find people all with the last name. So, for example, you could find everybody who had the last name of Jones, and you would scrape the user IDs of everybody who was last name Jones. They created T-shirts that said "It's a Jones thing," or "Don't blame me, I'm a Jones," or some cute shirt like that. And they targeted those shirts to people with that name. Now, some people who saw the shirts, if I saw a shirt that said "It's a Kilstein thing," I'd probably smile. I might even order it. But a huge number of people said, "Wait a minute, how do these advertisers know my name?" As a matter of fact, it got so overblown with people using just about every name in the dictionary, in the process making tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars a month scraping names. Facebook was getting complaints. There were even people writing about, Facebook columnists writing about how it was impossible to be on Facebook without having all of these T-shirts with name campaigns shoved directly in your face. And Facebook changed their terms of service, and they said it was now against their terms of service to target people by name. And anybody who targeted people by name after that point ended up having their advertising account shut and banned forever by Facebook. There were many people who lost their entire Facebook accounts. And there were some people still who said, "You know what? So what? I'm going to go after it." And they kept advertising name campaigns. They found ways around it and kept advertising it. So scraping is over. And scraping was the only way of getting really quality information. But now it doesn't matter that scraping isn't allowed because Facebook is in the process of rolling out audience insights. The problem, and the reason that I'm not teaching it now, is that most people don't have it yet. If I were to teach you audience insights, um, which most people don't have, I think people would get very frustrated with me. They would go to their account and say, "What's the point of teaching it to me if I don't have it?" So I will come back. Everybody should have audience insights by the end of July. We will come back and do something on audience insights. Yet, for those who do have it in their account, I'm going to have something for you now. Now, I'm not the kind of person who insists that I'm the only person who can teach Facebook. On the contrary, there are many, many people out there who know a lot about Facebook. So I'm going to recommend something to you, a couple of things to you. Now, here's a link, and this link let me see if I can copy it. Whoa, okay, thank you. Let's see if I can copy this link. And I'm going to paste it in the chat box. I should have a chat box. Copy and paste this link, okay? And you'll see if it gives you a tour of audience insights or it gives you the actual audience insights. That may work for you. Now, here is a video that I did not make, but here's a video about audience insights that will teach you how to use it now. So for those of you who have it in your account, you can learn how to use it there. Now, my friend Eve is doing some amazing work with essential oils, and she wants to start advertising on Facebook. And she has some really good goals that she wants to reach in the next couple of days, and it's all doable. And this video happens to be about aromatherapy, so she can learn a lot about targeting with audience insights. If you do not have audience insights in your account, you can do a couple of things. Would you like to hear the things that you can do? I'll be very happy to share them with you. One is the mature thing, and the other one is the immature thing. Which one would you like? Both. Okay, the mature thing is you can be patient and wait. The immature thing is you can contact Facebook advertising and ask them to add audience insights to your account. You will get um, a letter saying that audience insights is in the process of rolling out and they can't add it to your account early. They regret it, but just be patient and soon it will be in your account. Give them 2 days and then ask them again. Tell them you want audience insights. You've heard so many things about audience insights. You want to really boost up your advertising. Please add audience insights to their account. Um, you'll probably get the same form letter back, but if at that point you click the link, chances are they will add audience insights into your account. You know what they say about the squeaky wheel, right? Okay, the squeaky wheel is the one that gets attention. If you don't have audience insights, start squeaking. Okay, let's get that added to your account. Eventually, everybody's going to get it, but for right now, it's you guys in the know who just know how valuable that is. Okay, so this is the first earth-shattering revelation, and that is that audience insights rock. Okay, I can't I can't hurry it along for you. I only got mine last week, only by doing. I probably complained 3 times, um, and I got it. So start squeaking. The next revelation: organic reach is dead. Facebook. I went to a meeting with Facebook last week. They spoke to some of the reps. Facebook now, after my meeting with them, has wanted to assign someone to work with me one on one for the next 30 days because I've spent quite a bit of money with Facebook and I told them how unhappy I was. They told me that organic reach is dead. In other words, it's a money grab now. They want the money. And you've probably seen the reach of your page go down drastically. Okay, now here's what I'm going to tell you. The kind of reach and numbers that you saw are never going to come back unless you use some of the strategies that are going to be in the special report that I'm going to be offering you at the end of the webinar. There's no fee for the special report. It's yours. I hope that it will work. We are pushing organic reach again by using these techniques. Facebook is making an obvious play for money. Now, guys, hear it here first. Expect lawsuits to come because Facebook encouraged people and companies to pay for likes, but now they've decided that you can't reach those people that you paid for likes for. Why can't you do it? Well, because they changed the formula and they invented the timeline and they don't want the timeline too crowded. Therefore, if you want a position on someone's timeline, you're going to have to pay for it or use some of the sneaky techniques that are going to be in the special report. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to get 5 killer techniques to extend your reach. There's no charge for it. Facebook hopes that you don't get this report because you're using this report means that you're going to be giving them less money. But the bottom line is if you want to grow a page or you want to do some serious selling, you're going to have to do paid advertising with Facebook. It is probably not possible to do very much unless you are absolutely brilliant and can come up with the most viral content. Chances are you're going to be paying to get some reach. However, if organic reach is dead, as Facebook told me, since the slide that I showed you at the beginning of March, now it's the end of June, we have 70,000 new likes. 70,000 new likes. And we didn't buy or pay for any of them. If organic reach is dead, my friends at Facebook, where did our 70,000 likes in the past months come from? I leave you all to ponder that. Now, the third thing that the people at Facebook really did not like when I called it this, but it's called the Facebook stalking method. Okay. How many people here think that stalkers are creepy? How many people have, how many people here think stalkers are creepy? We're just going to, Glenna has come and we're going to promote her so she can take your questions at the end. Give me a moment. Okay, how many people think stalkers are creepy? Okay, so here we go. Let's go back to the Facebook stalker technique, Facebook stalker method. They did not like this comment. Facebook and other companies stalk you around the internet. Like Santa Claus knows if you're good or bad. Um, Facebook knows where you go on the internet. Even if it's you don't go directly from Facebook, because so many people leave Facebook open on their computer, they have teamed up with data mining companies to track you around the internet. Okay, anything you do on the internet, uh, anything you do on the internet, you are being followed. Okay? You are being followed. Someone says, I'm closing my curtains. Okay. Um, well, someone says, I won't want someone stalking me. Well, right now, someone is stalking you. And that are data mining companies and Facebook. Now, Facebook, here's what it means for us. We're going to benefit from their stalking. Facebook is going to allow you to target people who have visited a particular website. Now, here's the underline. Ready? Even if you have no connection to that site. So, if you want to target people who are into diving, okay, you want to target people who are scuba diving, skin divers, snorkelers, you'll be able to target people who visit the US Divers site. US Divers makes a lot of gear for divers, and they make masks and fins and snorkels and wetsuits and weight belts. So people who are divers typically will go there and see what the equipment is. Um, you wouldn't be able to do that before. You'll be able to target websites that don't have a Facebook page. Basically, if you can figure out what sites, and Facebook is probably going to tell you that, what sites people are visiting. In other words, you won't be able to target people individually. I won't be able to say that Jimmy Smith visited, I don't know, the visited Yelp today. I won't be able to do that, but I will be able to target people who visited Yelp if that's what I want. I will be able to target people. Imagine being a local business and targeting people to uh, targeting people who have gone to your rival's website, and you're able to target them and even retarget them with it's the potential is amazing here. Now this is expected to show up starting in September, and here Facebook wasn't clear, but it's most likely going to start for US websites only, because I don't think that they have the data outside the United States yet, but they do have the data for the US And this is expected to start rolling out. People are playing with it now. And from what I hear, the targeting on this is absolutely deadly. So this means that your targeting accuracy is going to soar. Um, Literally, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. So this is what's coming. So there are, even though Facebook is busting our chops by killing our organic reach, in a short period of time, you're going to your targeting is going to get much better, much more precise. So those are the three crucial things that you need to know, is that Facebook is working very hard to make their targeting much more precise. And these are therefore things that you should know and that we're going to be able to use to all of our benefit in the future. Now, when you were a kid, you probably played a game at birthday parties called Pin the Tail on the Donkey. And when you pin the tail on the donkey, you have a blindfold. They give you a little tail, and somewhere in the room there is a picture of a donkey, and you have to put the tail on the donkey. However, some of us ended up playing that game in real life in Facebook advertising. And I'll tell you what I mean. To me, the most important thing in Facebook advertising, the single most important factor, is your ability to target the correct audience. If you have the correct audience, it forgives a lot of problems. If you don't have the correct audience, you could be doing everything right, but you're still missing things. The great copywriter Gary Halbert used to say, um, if if I want to uh, sell more hamburgers than anyone else, what do I need? And people would say, well, you need a really good hamburger recipe. And people would say, oh, you need a good location. And other people would say, yeah, open up right next door to McDonald's so that if it's crowded, they'll come to you. And other people would have all of their ideas about where they should go to. But Gary, many of you have been typing it in. The most important thing that you need is a starving crowd. So if you're targeting and you're not targeting the right crowd, you're not going to make any money. You're out there playing pin the tail on the donkey. And when Facebook takes our money and doesn't give us anything in return, we feel like the donkey. We feel like the ass that's on the wall, just walking around blindly. However, your targeting should start like this. Okay. Now you see that the bullets in the target are, there's one in the upper left, just barely made the target. Then there's one that came in and so forth. And then they keep getting closer and closer to the bullseye, and you have this cluster of three bullets, um, very, very close to the bullseye. Let's just say that if bullets hit you there and the bullseye, it would be enough to ruin your day. So it's very, very rare that your targeting is going to be bullseye accurate the first time. My friend Holly is on the call, and she put up her first Facebook ad, and it didn't sell anything. And she was so excited, and she said, "Hey, I failed my first ad." And she's very bright, and she understands that it's part of the learning curve. And so if you're willing to learn and to experiment, your targeting is going to end up like this, where you work on something and you're going to be dead on in the bullseye, and they're going to go there, and that's when you start making money. So you need to allow yourself this learning curve. And if you do, you're going to find out that things are going to be very, very successful for you. So the new reality of Facebook is you're probably going to have to buy traffic. Number two, I'm going to assume that you're going to want to spend as little as possible. Okay? You're going to want to spend as little as possible. Facebook wants you to spend as much as possible. I want you to spend as little as possible. Your entire focus should be on ROI. ROI means return on investment. I'm not interested in how much you've spent. I'm interested in how much you've earned. I hear a lot of people talking about, their tracking and their earnings per click and whatever. I'm interested in very simple. How much went in and how much came out. So for example, my typical Facebook ad runs, my return is I put in $1 and Facebook gives me $4 back. That's pretty good. Recently, I ran a campaign where I put in $1 and Facebook gave me $22 back. Okay. Now remember, if we were a machine, a money machine, we stood on the corner, and every time you gave me $1, I gave you $22 back, how long would you be giving me dollars, folks? Would you keep feeding me dollars to get the 22 in return? People saying forever, all day long. Okay, absolutely. So when you learn how to do this, and I didn't say if you learn how to do this, when you learn how to do this, you will never ever have to worry about money again. You would never ever have to worry about money again because you could just keep feeding the machine. And that's what a lot of people do. And they get full-time jobs working on Facebook. There are times where I say to myself, you know what? It's really time to retire, stop teaching, go off on an island someplace, just relax, get on in the morning. I've got a lot of products. Get on in the morning, sell my products, and then take off and just like hang out on the beach for the rest of the day. But if you think 22 to 1 is special, I'm going to ask you all to brace yourself because what I'm about to share with you is absolutely true. Absolutely true. And I verified it today. The highest ROI I've ever heard of is a $7 investment that regularly yields $38,250. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that is the world's record. He puts in $7. And he very, very often gets back 38,250. And the people are guessing and typing in the names as to who it is. So I will tell you, the person who does this with huge regularity is Kevin Nations. Okay. Kevin Nations is a coach. He uses promoted posts on his personal Facebook page that cost $6.99. We rounded it up to $7. And he sells off those posts. People get in touch with him. And his average sale is $38,250. Okay. So if you don't think that if Rhonda, you made me crack up. I'm not going to read what you said, but that's hysterically funny. Okay, I'm sorry. That's not nice. But funny. That's the highest I've ever heard. I don't have that kind of ROI, but that's absolutely amazing. Now remember, even if you do, what most people are going to consider a miserable 2 to 1, you're still making more money than putting it in the bank in a savings account where you barely even get 1 to 1 back. Okay. So this is what the reality of Facebook is you can make a lot of money. You want to test small. You want to get your ducks in a row, and then you want to scale, 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 and make lots of money. Okay. Um, how many people here would um, Okay. One of my friends is on. I'm honored to have him on. It's Ross Goldberg. Ross Goldberg is like the wizard of SEO and reputation management. And Ross says there's a long magic formula to make promoted posts work, but his best for $7 is about $3,000. 3,000. Everybody's saying hi to Ross. He doesn't see it, I don't think. Um, so this is some just amazing stuff that is possible to do. Okay, if you could turn, if you learn how to turn $1 into if you learn how to turn $1 into two, soon you'll be able to turn $1 into four, $1 into seven, $1 into 100. Okay, and then you just scale it up. So it all starts small. Let's go through the steps. Okay, you guys are doing some pretty amazing stuff. So, quick question: who can afford to waste money? Not me. So here are the 3 best ways to waste money on Facebook. These are absolutely killer techniques. I have voluntarily gone through all of the things that I know to come up with the best 3 ways to waste money on Facebook. Here they are. Number 1, have Facebook build your campaigns. Facebook, if you start advertising, Facebook will reach out to you and say, hey, did you know that we will build your campaigns? The answer to them is no, and run the other way. Because Facebook will definitely build your campaigns, and you will be paying for it for years in the future. I know people who have used Google to build their Google PPC campaigns, and there isn't a single person out there who who is talking about the great job that Google did for them. This is simply, you might as well attach, a suction pump to your bank account and connect it to Facebook's bank account because they're just going to drain you. Never, ever let Facebook build your campaigns. That's a rule I'm going to ask you to follow. Okay? Don't do that. Next, when you target people who merely like a broad niche, there are a lot of people out there who are saying, I can teach you how to get penny clicks. I can teach you how to get penny clicks. I can teach you how to get all these people to like your page for just a penny. And then you wonder, how come nobody's buying anything? And the answer is, to paraphrase Mick Jagger, if you get cheap bastards on your page, you can't always get what you want. So targeting people who merely like a broad niche is no way to make money. And finally, when you're building your ad campaigns, throw large and different groups into ad campaigns so you lose the ability to track them. You don't know what's working. You don't know what's not working. I've seen lots of gurus say that your ad campaigns to bring down the costs should be quite high, and the you don't want that. You don't want these campaigns where you're targeting 1 million plus and you throw in groups. Okay, people who like Frank Kern, people who like Brendan Burchard, Andy Jenkins, Mike Filsaime, Perry Marshall, and on and on and on with Armin Morin, Alex Mandossian, whoever they let you target, you throw them all in, and well, you have no idea which ones were good to target and which ones were bad to target. Okay. Similarly, you could build campaigns about any product in the world, put in a lot of different things. If you want to target computers, you build a campaign about people who like Apple, people who like Dell, people who like HP. You're not going to know which ones were good and which ones were bad. So we need to get rid of that idea. Those are the three best ways for people to waste money on Facebook. And Lord knows I only mentioned it because there are so many people doing it. Don't do it. Success in targeting is really simple. Really simple. For like campaigns, target people who like specific pages, not just a general niche. So it means you need to do a little simple searching. You go up to the top of Facebook and you start typing in your um, your interests, your hobby, the person that you want to emulate. So, for example, if you want to build a page for Hillary Clinton, don't target people who like Hillary Clinton. Go up to the search bar, put in Hillary Clinton, and you'll find out that one of the biggest pages that exists is a site of people who are getting ready. It's a professional site, and the page is called Ready for Hillary. It's already got millions of people who are pledging to vote for Hillary. That's who you want to target, not just people who like Hillary Clinton. Okay, that's a good way to waste money. Next, if you want to build a page for diving, target people who like specific dive gear shops. If you want to build a page for a dog breed, target existing pages about the breed, not people who like the breed. Now, I've seen God knows how many products say you can get cheap clicks by, targeting people who like Labrador retrievers. Yes, you can get lots of cheap clicks that way, and people brag about the cheap clicks. However, then they complain that people aren't buying. So targeting is where it's at. If you have good targeting, then pretty much you have that starving crowd and you're going to make money. So please give the most thought to someone typing in all those questions now. I can't read all those questions, Adam. Nut. It's too long. Um, okay, so here we go. So you want to do this. This is what it's all about. Like campaigns are very, very simple. You want to create a new like campaign. You want to know your demographics in detail. You upload 6 pictures, and Facebook will test the best one for you and optimize your campaign. Delete the ones that didn't win, upload new photos. So Facebook is basically working to get you the best. Facebook really does want to get you the best results. They are not trying to get you bad results. And they are testing and testing to see what works. If you want to make the most money, change your pictures because pictures can burn out, and upload new ones every week. Discover what works and always try to beat your old campaigns. The first likes to a page are difficult. Be patient. I can't tell you how many likes I've had today on the Dogington Post. I don't know. What do we have? 360,000, 370,000. I remember starting with nothing. With like myself, the members of the team, we had like 4 likes. But eventually it takes over. Remember, we got 70,000 likes in the past 2 months. Okay, we're just not tracking that stuff anymore. But everybody starts out really small. Okay, I have a page that I haven't talked about. It's in a it's in a popular niche, and it's probably about 4 months. We've been doing about 10,000 um, 10,000 likes a month, and it's rocketing along. Now, the meditation page that I have not advertised for in years, I believe I advertised for the first 10,000 likes. That page may end up with more likes than the Dogington Post. It pretty much has about 350 or $360,000. It's growing like crazy, just on its own. So please be patient. Your pages will grow and they will get up there to giganormous size. But just follow the rules and you will be making money. Um, Here are some insiders' secrets. This is why you stay on these calls, because I give you good stuff. Okay, so here's a technique. Um, here's a technique, and this is um, C's Candies is a candy company that is based in California. They make chocolates, and um, the um, they make chocolates, and they decided that they wanted to get 1 million likes. That was their goal, 1 million likes. And they put up, this was very, very creative. And listen, because there's a punchline to this. Um, they said that when they got 1 million likes, they were going to give out a gift. Um, they were going to give out a gift, and please get your friends to like this page so they could give out the gift. And I think it was 10,000 likes, they removed a chocolate from the box. So it looked like somebody was actually eating the chocolates. It was very, very cute to see what was happening. So what happened was they eventually made it to 1 million likes, and then everybody was like, "Okay, what's the prize? What's the prize?" Um, and the prize was that you got a 10% discount code to buy a box of chocolates. Now here, all of these people thought that they were going to like maybe get a free box of chocolates or a free chocolate truffle or something. Instead, they got the opportunity to give the company their money for helping them build a page. Man, if you could have seen the comments on that page, it was such a letdown. C's got the um, they got the success of the $1 million campaign, but unfortunately, they antagonized so many of those people in the process. The next thing, so we saw that campaign and we came up with our own campaign over at the Dogington Post. And what we did was we put up our Facebook cover photo. On our Facebook cover photo, we put pictures of um, we put up pictures of dogs basically in kennels behind bars. And we were at about 50,000 on our page. And we said, when every 5,000, we were going to free a dog from the kennel. And when we reached 100,000, we would set free all the dogs and make a donation to National Mill Dog Rescue. Let me tell you something. Dog lovers love when dogs go free. This was a very creative campaign, and we would ask them, okay, which dog should we set free next? And man, they were like going crazy. I want you to set free the Chihuahua. I want you to set free the Beagle. No, the shepherd looks really sad back there. And people were really mad. Now remember, we're talking about pretend dogs. This is a virtual campaign, and we are getting hate messages telling us that we are evil to have any dogs behind bars. Now remember, these were all like just fake in a campaign to aid rescue dogs, and people were going insane. But it worked really well. We got our 100,000 likes. So bribes for like campaigns, that works really, really well. It worked for C's, but they blew it. It worked for us, and we ratified it. Um, we will be working. We're helping some companies out with their social media campaign, and we're going to be helping them do exactly what we just told you. They're at 110,000 likes, and we're going to help them get up to 200,000 much quicker than they expected. Um, Basically, what I do is when I start a like campaign, I might start my budget at $50 a day. Calm down, be patient, don't overreact. I keep that budget at $50 a day until Facebook starts showing my ads. I'll go back in an hour. Once Facebook has approved my campaign, I will go in and lower the budget. What I'm telling Facebook by setting my campaign at $50 a day is I have money to spend with you. And Facebook says, money? We love money. Give us money. Okay? So once Facebook starts showing your ad because of their great love for money, that's fine. But we lower our bid to whatever we're comfortable with. It could be $5 a day, it could be $15 a day. We lower it. Okay. And once you start getting people to your page, you start engagement with your fans right away. Don't wait until, okay, I'm not going to react to these people until I have 1,000 fans or 5,000 fans. That's ridiculous. Your engagement campaign starts immediately. When you are engaging with a page that 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 people like, don't expect a lot, but be persistent, and pretty soon you'll be engaging with a page of 20,000 fans or more. So let's build a like campaign step by step together, okay? Let's build a like campaign, and you're going to see what we talked about in review. I want you to make sure that you understand what to do when you're doing it again. Remember, you are going to get these slides so you can follow step by step. I want you to succeed at this. By the way, is anybody here learning anything new? Anything new? Yes? No? Okay. Okay, great stuff. Okay. Um, okay, let's go on. Let's go on. People are saying they may have known some of the stuff, but it's very clear. Okay, good. Here we go. That's the idea. So number one, when you come to Facebook and you say create a new ad, you're going to see, or at least right now, this is what you're going to see. What kind of results do you want for your ads? We're going to be doing a page likes campaign. So you're going to click page likes. Then it's going to say, which page do you want? Clearly, you have to have a page first. If you don't have a page, you can't do page likes. We've talked in other videos about how to build pages, how to create a Facebook page. We will. I would suggest that you go on to YouTube and look how to create a Facebook page. It's really simple. It shouldn't take you more than 5 or 10 minutes to create a Facebook page. I've done it on video with people watching in about 5 minutes. It really does not take long. So I've selected a page called the Caddington Post, and I wanted to get page likes. Okay, when I put that page in, Facebook pulled up a picture from the page. It pulled up our cover photo. I don't know that that's a good photo or not. I'm just showing you this is what happened. So that counts as one of our images. Facebook says you can upload more images. Each one is considered a separate ad, and Facebook will run the one that is the most successful. So I uploaded some photos. We've discovered that a picture of a woman with either a dog or a cat does really well. The only thing that would do better is that the woman would be looking at the camera. I didn't get any of those, but we will test these. Hopefully, people will see themselves in it. So we've uploaded 3 pictures plus the picture that it came in. So now I'm going to have pictures for 4 different ads. Facebook is going to run these ads against one another. It's going to let me know which one is the most successful. Whichever one is the most successful, I'm going to knock out the unsuccessful ones and upload new ads. Typically, what I will do though is I'll create a new campaign because sometimes changing the photos, Facebook doesn't give the new picture much of a chance. Now, step 4, create the ad text. The ad text, pay attention here because we're going to show you something that's hidden on the bottom of the page. No, that's not your eyesight, but it could be your wallet, so pay attention. We're going to do, you can run, this is new and this is coming today. You can run your ad in 3 places. Place number 1 is called the desktop news feed. Desktop news feed is typically considered to be the most successful way of advertising things. It's a large enough picture, people see it, they can react to it, and it says like the page. Okay? Our text, our headline is the page, the Caddington Post, and the ad says where people come to share their love of cats. And you can see that the page has 27,650 likes. It's still a kitten. Okay? So we create ad text. We don't go crazy. We don't, in this case, need to fill every single thing. This is working. Step by step, we go ahead. And okay, so here we go. We create the ad text. Next, look down on the bottom, right underneath where the picture is, and you'll see that nearly invisible, it says mobile news feed and right column. Here, Facebook will run, and unless you tell it not to, Facebook will run this in the mobile news feed and in the right hand column. Now, I have a secret for you. This is a secret that nobody has ever shared with you. I am probably the only person in history who is ever going to tell you this. Ready? The majority of people using Facebook today are using it from mobile devices such as phones, iPads, Kindles, etc. Your traffic is on mobile. You need to make sure that you're reaching people on mobile. You also need to make sure that your Facebook, your website, which we'll talk about, is mobile friendly. Now, up until this time, you've seen ads in every single person has seen ads like this in their news feed. There are also ads on the right hand side of the page. They are considerably smaller. You can't get the same amount of texts into a right hand news feed. And when you did, the ads didn't do as well. It has become widely known that those ads do not do as well. So starting today, see, I told you at the beginning that Facebook changes. Starting today, there is going to be new right hand feed ads, right column ads, which are going to be larger in size. This is new. Only starting today, you're going to be able to do this. But in order to be successful with this, what you really want to do is you want to break all of these things out into their own campaigns. That's a little bit more advanced, but we want to track everything. So if I was doing page likes, I would remove right now, until we get solidified with the good right column ad, I would remove. If you see right down on the bottom, it says, you can barely see it, it says remove. I would remove the right hand column. Step 6, targeting. Friends, this is where the money is. Pay attention. I'm going to show you this, but this is where the money is. Okay. Um, so here we go. The cat audience is almost, first of all, number one is I'm targeting the United States. I'm targeting gender female, and I'm targeting age 40 and up. And who do I want to target? Well, remember, since we're a media company, we want people who like another media company about cats, and that is a site called Catster. We used to consider Dogster our competition. I haven't looked in a long time at Dogster. Yay! They got 150,000 fans. The only thing is they've been around for like 8 years or so, and it took them 8 years to get 150,000 fans, and it took us 3 years to get 362,000 fans. They don't like us very much, but they have a sister site, and it's called Catster. They've been around for a long period too, and they have 94,000 fans. They have 94,000 fans, people who like Catster. They've been around again 8 years, got 94,000 fans. We've been around for less than a year, and we're at 27,000 fans. Needless to say, we do expect to pass them as well. But that's who I'm targeting. Okay? That's who I'm targeting. I'm targeting people who like Catster. You see that right now, this means we're only reaching potentially 22,000 fans. People will say, isn't that low? And I'm saying, no, these are people who are really passionate in the cat niche. And we also say we don't want people who are connected to the Cannington Post. I'm looking for new likes. Then we deal with money. I told you, I give the ad a name. I created it today. Cannington Post, June 25th, page likes. I'm going to run this at $25 a day. I'm not worried about Facebook picking up my ads. Facebook loves my money. So we are up to $25 a day. My ad is already running. I see I'm getting new likes. And I click on bid for page likes, and this says, okay, Facebook, Do your best for me. And Facebook goes ahead and gets me likes. Very simple, 7 steps. Will not take you as long as it took me to talk about it, but that's how you get likes to your page. Intermezzo, intermission. Here we are, something absolutely brilliant. You can quote me, and it is, you can't measure what you don't track. So for clicking page likes, you don't have a lot of tracking ability. However, for the next segment, you do, and you want to track. So pay attention. We're going to talk about that. Here are ways to track. Facebook will give you what's called a conversion tracking pixel. You can track anything. Um, Essentially, you get the pixel from Facebook, and Facebook will say, what do you want to track? Do you want to track leads? Do you want to track conversions? I will typically want to track conversions. So, what you do is they give you a little pixel, which is a line of code, and you put it on your website. If you are in WordPress, there are plugins that you would use, and you just, add the code to the plugin, and it puts it on your site for you. When we post this, um, Jim, who is on the call, can post the name of the plugin that he uses, so you can get it too. So it'll be on the page where you see this. Now, the other thing that you can use, a lot of people use, they use Google Analytics. They're using it for a lot of different things, and they want to track Google Analytics. With Google Analytics, you can create tracking links in Google. So you can see how each ad is doing and test ads about one another, and Google will track all of that for you. There's also a program called Pretty Links, which you can use, and that will do some pretty serious tracking for you. What I want to get you the idea here is that when you become an advanced user, you want to track everything, and you're going to want to use different links other than just the simple URL. You want to track everything. You want to track leads. You want to track sales. You want to track as many different things, which pages they go to. But you've got to separate things by campaign. If you dump too many things in one campaign, you're no longer tracking. Do not guess which ads, which groups are making you money. Track it. You cannot track your likes, however, you can track clicks to website. And I'm recommending that for those of you who feel that you're ready to move up to the next level, that you start tracking. We will be, in my 6 and 6 program, we'll be talking about this in a lot more detail. I'll run through all of this for you, but for you folks on the call, just you go inside your ad, Facebook ad creation. Facebook will let you create tracking pixels, put them on the site, away you go. Now, here's something that most people won't tell you. Can I tell you something? Even if it hurts Facebook's feelings, okay? Here's what I would like to share, and that is, I need to take a deep breath. That Facebook's conversion tracking pixel is extremely inaccurate. Okay, Facebook's tracking. Um, uh, Facebook is they'll tell you that you're making sales when you're not. They'll underreport sales when you know you're making sales. So um, there you go. I see lots and lots of questions coming in. We will get to questions at the end of the call. I can't be taking questions now. It'll just interfere. It'll throw me off track. If you ever hear me pause and like, it means that the window has opened and I'm seeing questions and it just distracts me. Um, did someone say there was a butterfly flying by? Yeah, that would be me. Okay, so how do we do clicks to website? Here we go. Same thing. Start, select clicks to website. It's up at the top. Then they're going to ask you um, to select the website. Here, I just randomly typed in one of my websites that I had done an ad for. This is going to be interesting. There were no pictures on that page. It's just a page of text. So you see there that like I need to upload some images. So I upload some images, and here these were just um, in my campaign. I never ended up creating the ad. I'm just showing you the steps. So I gave them 4 images to play with, and here. I created an ad that it's a clicks to website ad. If you want this ad to appear in the news feed, and trust me, you do, you need to associate this with a particular Facebook page. I've seen a lot of people make a mistake is that they are running a campaign for a particular topic, but then they decide to sell something on a different topic and they try doing it all from the same page. That usually doesn't work very well. The example I saw today was someone had built a page to sell I guess t-shirts for the Chicago Blackhawks, and instead they were trying to sell pet products and it wasn't working. Well, yeah, it's not going to work because people are going to say, "What is this?" So don't do that. So here I uploaded a picture, and "Get paid what you deserved" is the headline. Strategies to getting more copywriting jobs. Learn how to negotiate with clients. Just $5.99. I put in just $5.99 to let people know that this isn't free and that I want them to buy something. And on the left hand at the bottom, you see that there's a call to action, shop now. I'm telling them, you want to buy. And what happens is that this ad does not appear on my page. This is called a dark post. The people who are making the most money on Facebook are using dark posts. A dark post means that it is not seen um, um, so it is not seen on your timeline. It is only seen as an advertising thing. Nonetheless, you need to monitor this in your page app typically because people will comment. People will put insults. People will say great, whatever. And you want to track and see if you make sales. Um, you may not make all sales, but you may get some really great comments there. Um, this is the way that's done. Step 5, create the ad texts. I showed you that as well. Now, step 6, see the ad placement. Here, we would remove the right-hand column and leave this in the mobile news feed as well. Now, targeting. This is not something that I would typically target. I use this because it was just convenient, and I want to discuss it with you. And I want to point things out. I have 3 things that I have selected as interests. I would never put these 3 things in a campaign because I would never know if they worked. Number 1 is copywriting. I don't see copywriting really working because targeting people who are interested in copywriting, it's pretty weak. Um, Number 2, Direct Marketing Association, DMA. DMA people are typically smart marketers, pretty sharp marketers. Um, they might be good for copywriters. That would be probably my best bet. And then here, a lot of people just target the gurus like Frank Kern. Um, they say he's a copywriter. He says he's a copywriter. Um, would that work? I don't know. But it's worth targeting. But the only way to know if it's working is if you're tracking. If you aren't tracking and you leave all of these in the same ad, then you're basically throwing away money. Don't do it. Step 8, select your bid. In this case, I like to manually set my bid. Now, it gives me a choice here of 10 cents to 19 cents. I don't want Facebook to think that I don't want to give them money. So when they say, we'll give you, it should be somewhere in between 10 cents and 19 cents. Typically, I'll change that to like 54 cents or 74 cents. What, you say? That's crazy? No, it's telling Facebook that I'm serious. I'll also raise that $5 a day to like $15 or $25 a day. And then away we go. Place the order and do it. What happens is once Facebook starts running your ad, if your ad does well, the clicks go way down and you could end up paying far less than even the 10 cents recommended. But I set my bid high to say to Facebook, I'm ready to pay you. And the dragon opens up its mouth wide to accept your money. Okay. Um, the last of the techniques that I want to teach you. Um, okay. The last of the techniques that I would want to teach you is called page post engagement. Let me show you something by going back here. Notice that here I ran out of text. I used every letter that Facebook gave me. Well, what if I wanted to say something more? Well, I could do that with a page post engagement. Now, this is actually an example that, let's see if it's made me any money. I'm looking now to see if it's made me any money. So I did this ad a little while ago. I'm sure it's up and running. I'm looking on my phone. Ooh! Yes. It's made me $100. Made me $95 exactly. So, yes, it's working. So let's walk through it. I select page post engagement. Then it says, okay, which page do you want? I select the Doggington post. Then which post do you want? And it goes back and finds a couple of posts. It'll go back and you can select the post. Which post did I like? Well, I picked one that would make money. This post had been seen by 5,576 people when I started this. And my post was really very, very simple. It says, okay, how true is this? And I put in a link to Sunfrog shirts. Okay. How long did it take me to make that? Not very long. Okay, so it had been seen by 5,576 people, and in the hour or so, um, the organic search went up to 7,776. And so far, 204 people paid have seen it. Um, I can't see from my phone how many people have, um, um, what my costs are, but I can tell that it's made me a 195 bucks today so far. So we're promoting a post, and this post is making me money. Incidentally, um, I did this in reverse order. I just want you to know that you could put in a heck of a lot more information up there, sell better than I did. You're pretty much unlimited in space that where you can get post engagement. So you can do a lot of selling there. Target, in this case, I'm targeting women age 30 and up who are connected to the Dogington Post, and we only did this on desktop computers. Okay, newsfeed on desktop computers. I didn't even do this on mobile, and it should reach 106,000 people. I called the ad the more people I like. I gave it only $5 a day for this, and I let them handle the money aspect of it for $5 a day. When you do $5 and you can turn, how many people here would take $5 and turn it into 95 every day? Okay, so this is it. I mean, it's about as easy as it gets. I didn't create that T-shirt. $5 don't take very long to make, and you make 95, and the day ain't over yet. Okay, and if that shirt continues, I'll run it. Otherwise, I'll do a different one. This is not rocket science. There's a heck of a lot of money to be made. Um, how many people here would turn down $1,000 a month? Okay, so you're making some really, really good money. And someone says, "Yeah, well, you're not Kevin Nations." Yeah, I know, but I will struggle on. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you something here that nobody's going to tell you. Nobody is going to tell you, and that is there's something that's called boosting posts. Facebook wants you to boost posts, and there is a tremendous danger in boosting posts. So pay attention, and I am going to save you money right now. Okay? Good stuff coming. Good stuff coming. Remember, we'll go back and get your questions at the end. Never click Boost Post from the mobile page manager app. Whether you are on an iPhone or an Android or any other device, never boost a post from that device. Never, ever, ever, ever. Okay? Everybody, place your hand over your heart and say, I will never boost a post from a mobile app. Okay? Um, this is very, very important. Okay? When you boost a post from a mobile app, you're basically saying, Facebook, steal my money. Always boost posts from your computer. When you boost a post, ordinarily, Facebook says, okay, you want to give us money? Here's what we're going to do. And I'm serious about this. I could post pictures to prove it. But if you click boost post and you let Facebook do the selecting, one day I get a message from one of the girls at the Dogington Post. She goes, Harlan, did you boost a post without selecting where? And I went, yeah, I did it from my mobile phone. She goes, great. You got all these people in India looking at your post. So always boost posts from your computer. Always target by country. Always target people who like your page. Now, Facebook is set up so that the default is people who like your page and their friends. Well, I have no idea if the people who their friends are people who are good customers of mine. The only way to know that is to test. So test whether targeting their friends increases sales. Boosting posts is the way Facebook wants you to extend your reach. Because, cynical Harlan, they get paid for what used to be free. And that is the clear thing. Can you make a lot of money boosting posts? The answer is yes. Can you lose a lot of money boosting posts by not targeting country, not targeting people who like your page, and letting Facebook do all the work? The answer is yes. Boosting post is the most inaccurate way of advertising on Facebook unless you follow the steps on this page, in which case it could give you extremely high ROI. So, my friends, study what's on this page and we will learn together. Now, there's a lot more for us to talk about, but I promise to get to your questions. So the only thing that I can do for you is give you another webinar. In the new webinar, we will be talking about the new right column ads. We'll be talking about audience insights because everybody will have them. We'll be talking about retargeting. We'll be talking about custom audiences. We'll be talking about lookalike audiences. We'll be talking about website audience. We'll be talking about email audience. And we'll be talking about social selling, selling on Facebook. This is all going to be really good stuff. And I will be back with more information on it to turn you guys into Facebook ad ninjas. Okay, to make sure that you are fully aware of what's going on. And there's a special gift, and then we'll go to your questions. The gift will be sent out in approximately 2 days. So if you don't get it immediately, don't worry about it. Head over to Kilstein.com, add your name to the email list, and I will email you and let you know the special report, 5 killer strategies to expand your organic reach that Facebook prays you'll never discover. There's no charge for it. It's not advertising. It's all meat. There's no fat. It's my gift for you, and I hope you'll use it to grow your organic reach. Remember, Facebook says organic reach is dead. Harlan says, no, it's not dead. It's kind of like the Monty Python routine where they say he's dead, and they say, no, I'm not quite dead. So organic reach is not dead. I'll show you how to make it work for you. Now, if there are any questions, I'm going to ask Glenna to come up with the questions, and let's answer your questions. I know there are lots and lots of questions here. Remember, I'm not selling anything. The only thing I'm selling is helping you guys. Thank you for all of the friends who came. See lots and lots of friends. Ask your questions, and Glenna will read them off to me.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yay. Okay. A while back when you were discussing the data mining, the extra reach that Facebook is now allowing on the targeting, somebody asked, will Facebook be making us pay for this data mining, the data mining results?
No, it will be available to you. The only way you'll get it is if you do Facebook advertising. So yeah, you'll be paying, but you won't be paying any extra for it.
Okay, and somebody else had asked, is Facebook still shutting down sports fan pages?
I don't know that Facebook is shutting down sports fan pages. I haven't seen evidence of that. it, they may go after you for using logos and stuff like that, but there's still plenty of sports T-shirts being sold. However, use you can't use logos. People were doing things that they knew that they shouldn't do. They were being a little silly, and so right now the market is we'll call it, it's maturing a little bit like a fine wine. The market is maturing.
Okay, and so in the targeting there on those campaigns, you had US. Which countries are okay to put in the targeting? US, Canada, just US?
Well, I did just US for teaching purposes. You want to test, you want to create separate campaigns, one for Canada, United Kingdom, New Zealand, Australia, um, and those would be the ones I would primarily go at. I've had some great sales from Germany. Um, if you were in the golf market, you might want to be targeting Japan because they're insane about golf there. But put them all in separate campaigns, track and see what happens.
Okay, and looks like Rhonda's asking about, she says Dr. Ben is selling retargeting software for Facebook. Should they wait until the next webinar to find out whether or not that's stuff like that is any good?
So, first of all, I don't know anything about the software. I think what they're doing is, it to my knowledge, it's kind of like tricking people. Um, you're sending people off to a particular page, um, but there's a code in it, and it's not so much as retargeting and as redirecting. It's basically tricking people, to target them. Is it going to last? I don't know. I'm sure Facebook isn't thrilled with this. And after the whole scraping thing, I would stay clear of anything that smells a little fishy.
Okay, and do the 6 and 6 folks get the gift automatically, or do they also need to
Oh, it'll be
go to?
posted on the Facebook. It'll be posted on the website membership page, and will also be posted in the Facebook group. They get everything. Everything is done for you. We'd actually even hand deliver it to you. Cobble would like put them all in her mouth and deliver them to you all covered with saliva, but it would be too far for her to walk in. She's sleeping right now on the couch and said she'll deliver them tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay.
By the way, Glenna,
Yes.
I saw the picture of your dog sleeping by the desk. Halba
Yes.
challenges your dog to a sleep off.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's on.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, because she loves to be right next to me and she just will be there all day like a big lazy. Okay. Um, Deborah says, so you must have a Facebook page and hopefully also a website in order to market effectively on Facebook. Is that correct?
No, 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 that's not entirely true. You don't need your own website. You could be selling stuff on Amazon. You could be selling stuff on any big affiliate site. You don't need to have your um, own web page to make money. But you do need a Facebook page.
Okay, and somebody else is saying Facebook has only shown 1 of 4 approved ads in my ad set in my light campaign that has run for 2 days. Is that typical?
And the answer is it's probably tested them, found things that it didn't like, or tested them, and did it shows the winner very, very quickly. If it's showing one, be happy. If they're not showing the others, change the pictures out and give Facebook another chance.
Okay, and then I do have a couple of people asking. So they're saying on killstain.com, where do they opt in for the 5 killer strategies?
Anywhere you see the email thing, I think it's typically in the upper right hand corner. There should be a pop up there. If you get a message that you're already in, then if you get any kind of an error message, it means you're on the list already, and you will get it.
Somebody's
And by the
asking,
way, who would like to hear who would like to hear something ultimately sneaky and awesome? Okay, who would like to hear something sneaky and awesome? Okay, this is like so sneaky and awesome. Sometimes I'm ashamed of myself. Not really, but this is sneaky and awesome. So, we're going to learn in our next call about something that's called website custom audience. There is a line of code that Facebook gives you, and um, it lets you. Oh my! I can't believe who's on the call. Um, Hi there, TJ. Um, if you if you are if you put this code on your page, I can now target every single person who has visited Kilstein.com. Even if you don't opt in, you're mine. And that's what we're going to be teaching you how to do on the next call. So that's it. That's the strategy. That everybody who came to the page, even if they didn't sign up for the webinar, they're still mine, and I can reach them on Facebook for the next 6 months. How awesome is that? Okay, any more questions, Glenna?
yeah, Robin was asking, you stated to place a high bid for an ad and then lower it later. Then later in the webinar, you showed setting your budget for a like, and you said to up this from 10 cents to 50 cents. Are you supposed to come back and lower this too?
Um, the answer is uh, on the like campaigns, Facebook sets it, really does it for you. It's automatically done.
Okay, and somebody else is asking, can I modify my ad spend and audience targeting on a like campaign that is already running?
Typically, what I would have you do is create a new ad. That would be the smartest thing for tracking purposes. You, if you saw my ad thing, I probably have thousands, thousands of ads in there that have been used.
And when would you start advertising to fans? How many fans would you need to have before you began?
I would begin immediately.
Okay, and when setting up ads, how can you target the people who liked your page only?
Once you have a page, that will be one of your options in targeting.
Robert's asking, have you seen better results from bidding CPC or OCPM pixel?
Okay, so the answer is I like starting on CPC. I like being more in control of my spend and watching it. And if something is doing really well, I'll switch it to CPM and then scale it up. But I'll start with CPC.
Okay, and it looks like Svetlana is asking, do you use behaviors when selecting a targeting group? I've also noticed that I don't have as much options in behavior selection as other people. Is this something that should be requested?
Okay, so the answer is that it depends what you do. I honestly haven't seen a whole bunch of difference with behaviors and credit card spend. Um, I would do some more testing on that. I have not seen um, much improvement with behaviors.
Okay. Nora says, I have advertised for page likes and I've got 500 so far. My problem is I'm not getting audience interaction like comments and not much likes. How come?
So the answer is that number one, your page is still a baby. Number two is um, get my special report and I will give you the 5 killer strategies and you will start seeing engagement. I promise. And be patient. On that page that I told you about that we were starting, we were very lonely for the first 500 or so likes. The only people who commented were the people who didn't like us, the nasty people. But that's what got us going.
Okay. Doesn't Facebook frown on sending people from an ad to a non-Facebook page, such as an Amazon page?
Um, does Facebook doesn't care if you give them money. They're into money.
Okay, exactly. Is it okay to create a page with no fans for the sole purpose of getting website opt-in traffic with dark posts?
Absolutely, yes. I'm glad you got that concept. Pat yourself on the back. Yes, you can get far that way.
Okay, and roughly how much would you say you were spending a day on Doggington Post before you stopped buying likes?
Honestly, it's a long time ago, but I'm guessing I was at the 20 to $25 a day um, for a long time. And then we stopped buying likes and look where we are today.
Okay, and I have a couple people asking a similar question, which is basically, um, what else can they do on their pages to get more interaction and
Well, the first thing that I
feedback?
will tell you again is get these 5 killer strategies. If there are people who have missed that webinar that we talked about, um, please go immediately after this webinar to YouTube and look up Facebook Engagement Mastery um, and my name, and you'll see a webinar that is pretty wildly acclaimed to be an incredible webinar. Lots and lots of content there, and we'll show you what to do. The other thing that you can get is my friend Jim has written the definitive book on Facebook likes, and it's called Get More Likes. It's on Amazon. It sells for a big $2.99. It's a really short book. Um, it'll probably take you somewhere around a half hour to an hour to read. And let me tell you, that is the best $2.99 that you will spend in your likes, the name in your life for Facebook. Go ahead, $2.99. And no, it's not $9.99 like some people are asking for their new fancy schmancy program. Um, let me tell you, that is worth it. The book is called Get More Likes, and it's available on Kindle.
Okay, Tony's asking, in the copywriting example, would you test the Frank Kern interest selection by itself so you could see how it performs?
Absolutely. You got that. You nailed that concept. Test things by themselves. Don't throw in Frank Kern and all of his crew together. Test them all individually.
Okay, and Iris is asking, does Facebook let you run separate ads for the news feed from ads for the mobile?
Absolutely. And that's good killer strategy as well. I'm very happy that you guys are getting this. This is really stuff, and you guys are already thinking on an advanced level. I take my hat and tip it to you. You guys are good.
Okay, when advertising to sell, is it best to sell something small like an ebook for $4.99 or a class for $96?
So the answer is it depends. Test everything. Sell early and often, like voting in America. Vote early and often, sell early and often. we'll talk about that on the next thing. But typically, we'll do things where we'll bring people over to Amazon for something relatively small, and then we'll watch them start buying more and more stuff. I mean, for example, Glenna runs my meditation page, and would you say every day you post an Amazon link or every other day? How often?
Yeah, it's every day. Sometimes I get a little busy and I'll miss like a day here and there, but in general, yeah, it's every day.
Okay, so now she's posting things about meditation or meditation music. But if you saw the list of things that I sell or I've gotten credit for on Amazon, it's hundreds and hundreds of items. So once people are there, they are buying. Okay, so it makes money. Just
Okay,
keep
and
doing it.
yeah, for sure. Um, Marty's saying, why doesn't Facebook like affiliate marketing ads? And are there any ways to get away with promoting affiliate ads?
So the answer is Facebook likes affiliate marketing ads. It just depends what you're promoting. There are certain things that there are certain topics Facebook doesn't like. And you look at their terms of service and they'll be upfront about them. They don't have a problem with it. They do not like hypey sites. They don't like ClickBank, many ClickBank offers. But as far as affiliates, oh heck yeah, I've sold many affiliate products on Facebook.
Okay, James is asking, where can he go to learn more advanced Facebook strategies?
So that's a great question. And since I told everybody that I am not the be all and end all, I'll recommend two sites to you. One is a guy by the name of John Lomer, Loomer. The man's an absolute whiz at Facebook, John Lomer. And another site to keep track of is a site called allfacebook.com. Allfacebook.com. But Lomer is about marketing, and he's a really sharp guy. And you want to be on top of what Facebook is doing, I can recommend John Lomer to you. Good stuff. Trust me, you'll be happy. Get on his list.
Oh, and somebody was wanting you to repeat for the Get More Likes, it's Jim Van Wyck. I don't know if you
Jim
want to,
Van Wyck, get more
how do you
likes
spell
on
that?
Amazon. Just go to Amazon and type in get more likes, and you'll see the yellow cover that looks like a dummy's book and get it. It's $2.99. It looks like a dummy's book because you're a dummy if you don't buy it.
And Pat's asking, is Kevin's ROI so high because of a big ticket item he sells? Can you decode the campaign?
Okay. Whoa. Say that again.
Is Kevin's,
I'm just looking at Robert's question over here.
okay. Is Kevin's ROI so high because of a big ticket item that he sells?
Yes, Kevin has a big ticket item that he sells, and the item he sells is coaching, and the price is 75 or $80,000 or so. So he gets it. He gets it. Robert's question here is the situation that sending traffic to an opt-in page on a tab is cheaper than sending traffic off of Facebook? And the answer is yes. Keeping traffic on Facebook is almost universally cheaper than sending it off Facebook. And Facebook will let you send to a particular tab. I didn't go into it in this call. I could show it on the next call. But that is absolutely it. And by the way, Robert, I'll talk to you later about how much trouble we caused. Bye. Next.
Okay. Well, through the last, I don't know, 20 or so comments and questions and stuff, there were probably five or six, several people asking where else could they see more stuff that you're teaching, other videos or other stuff,
Other
Facebook
stuff that
groups
I'm
or.
teaching, well, it's closed for right now. I'll put it over there. Um, is It's Kilstein.com 6, where we have the 6 and 6 program. It's not open right now. Stay on my list. I'll let you know if there are any openings. We kind of have like a really tight, great group there. Um, but we'll notify you. We're going to do this again. We want you guys to learn. The more people that use the techniques here to make money, um, you know, Glenna and I were together learning about Shopify recently, and we met with some people from Shopify for sites that we're building for our people. And on there, this guy comes up to me who I don't know. I don't know who he is, honestly. And he says, Harlan, you don't know me, but I've made millions and millions of dollars based on stuff that you've taught on the webinar. I can't, webinars, and I can't tell you how happy that made me. I don't know if if he even bought any of my programs or not. The bottom line is that when someone makes money, it makes me extremely happy. More questions, and
Okay,
then
what?
I'm just gonna keel over and go.
Exactly. I know we have to get them in 6 minutes. Okay, when are dark posts advised?
Um, Dark posts are a great technique to use just all the time. There's no reason not to use a dark post. One of the things, this is really advanced, okay? One of the things that's really advanced is that um, you don't have to do a whole lot of work on a page. You can just dark post it, and um, you will make money. However, the difference is if you build a page, you'll have a relationship with them. You won't have that with dark posts.
Okay, and when, ballpark, when do you think the next call will be?
Oh my God! First, I have to recover my voice. We did the last one um, in 2 weeks later, so let's give this up. Let's get it around. Um, The webinar will be posted, God willing, in a day or two. You'll all be sent an email that it's up. Um, if you got merit, if you got any content out of here that you liked, it would be, my greatest hope that you would recommend this to a friend that you learned something from it. That's all. You see, we didn't sell anything here. We're actually giving away some really good stuff. So, go over there and find the opt-in. Um, I think there's a pop-up screen on the site at kilstein.com and join the list. Get on board.
Okay, Pat was wondering if you could spend a minute or two telling us all about the Facebook meeting.
The Facebook meeting. Um, I went to the Facebook meeting, and there were a lot of things. There are a lot of things I've probably talked to you about in webinars that are upsetting to me. The fact that you have people liking your page who are not your market. You have people on your page from Nigeria, from Turkey, from Afghanistan, banana stands. I mean, you advertise just in the United States, and how did these people get on your page? And the fact that they're on your page and Facebook is now killing organic reach, it means that with all these fake people on your page, it's much harder for you to succeed. And not only that, these these fake leads are 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 affecting you. So they professed to be absolutely shocked. I just couldn't believe it. And I said, okay, how do I get these people off my page? Why would you want not to have people on your like page? And I said, because their presence there is killing my engagement, because these people are probably fake and they don't exist. It doesn't exist, it's a problem. Smart marketers, the smart marketer will figure out a way to get these people off our pages.
Okay. James is asking, can we join your super site course?
Sure. Go to supersiteformula.com/join and look forward to you joining. All right. We are hitting the 2 hour limit. I am going to turn into a pumpkin. Um, so I'm going to question there, do these people affect your ads, the click farms? And the answer is yes. If you go back to the early days of Google and Yahoo, there were some major lawsuits about fake clicks on these ads, that companies were hiring people to click on your ads, and Google did and Yahoo did nothing about it. Major lawsuits. Google and Yahoo lost those lawsuits. I know there have been some suits about Facebook as well. I'm expecting some more lawsuits to come down the pike. Those click farms are affecting us all negatively. There are a lot of them in Turkey. If you use graph search on your page, you'll see just how many people are not in the United States. There was a period of time on Dogington Post that we were seeing lots of little girls coming in from Korea. And in Korea, um, they'd rather eat a dog than play with it. Um, we blocked the site in Korea to stop the engagement of, like, all the girls were teenagers, and that's not my buyer's market. So I shut that down. All right, everybody. So